Hello, I'm Adam Bratland. I'm the creator and owner of Dental Bully, and I'm also the general manager for Chris Dental, which has 7 dental clinics in Western Oregon. The first thing I want to say before we get started is that if you're here and you don't understand the importance of Google, then this might not be the place for you. And the reason is because I don't have time to explain to you through email or on the phone why it's so important for you to be on that first page of Google or first top half of Google. So what I'm looking for here primarily is a dentist who already has maybe a pretty good site or a great site, but they're frustrated because they're still on page 3 or 2, or if the way that I look at it is if you're not on page 1, you don't exist on Google. Not many people go to the second page. So the other things that I don't do is that I don't do website design, I don't do social media, and I don't do emailing campaigns or any of that stuff. I do one thing and one thing only, and that's rank. And don't get me wrong, if you're looking for any of those services as far as website design or help with your social media or doing an AdWords campaign, I know some terrific people in the industry that are very affordable and they only focus on dental. So if that's what you're looking for, shoot me an email and let me know, because I'll gladly send you their contact information. In regards to, you're probably asking, okay, well, how's he going to rank my site? Everybody says that they can rank my site. I'll try and explain this as simply as I can. Basically what I do is I will purchase websites from website brokers, and yes, they do have website brokers. I'll purchase websites that Google has deemed to be high authoritative sites. What I mean by this is Google ranks every single site from a scale of 0 to 10. And 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. There's only a few companies that I know of that have a page ranking of 10. Google's one of them, and Facebook's another, and then you have Amazon. But it's very limited. Most dental websites that I see are ranked between 0 and 1. Every once in a while I see a 2, but for the most part it's 0 or 1. And you really don't need to worry about that. But the sites that I purchase through my website brokers, and I have one in Vancouver, and I also have one in down in San Francisco. The sites that I purchase are usually have a ranking between 5 and 7, and you have to look at that ranking as gravitational pull. The higher ranking you have, the more pull you have. So when I buy these sites, and I might buy 5 or I might buy 10, and I'll link them to your site, and it makes you look like you're a high authoritative site, and as a result, 60 to 90 days, sometimes 120, your site will start moving up in the rankings. But I don't just leave the link as it sits. I take my sites, which I view as kind of like property, and I'm always adding new content, pictures, and I'm blogging for my sites to make sure that they don't lose their gravitational pull. The one of the things that I commonly see out in the dental industry, and it happened to me as well before I learned how to do SEO, is you'll have somebody in the local area that says they know how to do SEO, and it might be somebody who's got a pretty good background in maybe website design, but they really don't have maybe the funds to go out and purchase these sites, because some of these high authoritative sites, they're going to be $1,000 to $5,000, and they may not have the capital to purchase the sites and make it happen. So what happens a lot of times is that they'll talk to you about their SEO, but then what they're doing is they're farming that part of your business out to probably somebody in Pakistan or some kind of stand, and they're paying them $2 an hour, and they're giving them a low budget to buy backlink sites, and they're literally buying backlink junk sites for $50 each, and then they're taking these junk sites and they're linking them to your site. In some cases, sometimes you can get a little bit of pull out of it because there's something that's at least backlinked to your site, but there's other times where Google's already slapped these sites. They've already tagged these sites, and that's why they're junk sites, and they're being sold at auctions for $50 because the people who add them know that they're junk and they're spam. So, in short, like, be careful where you're spending your money. I know there's a lot of people out there that say they do SEO and that they can move you up through the rankings, but they can't, and they don't. And you can waste thousands of dollars with them. I did. And that was before I knew actually what happened behind the scenes. And for most of you watching this video, would assume you're dentists. Like, you don't have the time to research what's a PBN backlink. How do I buy websites? How do I make sure they have good authority? How do I make sure the site isn't already tagged as spam by Google? You don't have the time to do that. And actually, your time is a lot more valuable doing what you went to school for, and that's being in your chair and providing your dental services. And as far as, another thing that may be going through your mind is, oh gosh, how does Adam run 7 dental clinics and also have the time to do the SEO and this backlinking stuff? And the answer is pretty easy. I only do backlinking. So to me, it's really straightforward. I only spend the time on my property sites for the most part. It's easy to link to your site. That takes nothing of me. And I don't need any authorization from your web hoster or any of that, and I'm able to just do a lot of this stuff in-house, and it's really straightforward. I just pick one niche and I want to do it well, and I do it well. So, and the truth be told, it's great to have a nice website. It's good to have social media. It's good to be on Google Maps. But what I do, the backlinking that I do, provides you about 90% of the juice that it takes to get you to the top of Google. The other stuff is about 10%. But the true juice, and the reason why you're probably watching this, because you had somebody else doing your SEO and you never moved up in the rankings, at least not on page 1, is because they didn't give you strong sites. They didn't give you good sites with gravitational pull that just brought you right to the top. So, if you want to chat with me, send me an email. Let me know. Give me your current website. That kind of helps, so I can do a little bit of research. And then the best time to contact you, or we can do it during email too. Now, I can't help everybody at the prices listed on the site. For example, I can tell you for a fact that for $1,388, I won't do you any good if your goal is to be the top of Google in Orange County cosmetic dentist. It's not going to happen. However, I will do some research and I'll look into it, and I'll tell you up front, like, okay, this could be about $30,000, $40,000 for me to buy these backlink sites in order to link to your site. And if we can come up with a reasonable fee so that I'm fairly compensated, I'll consider that too. So nonetheless, I got a contact form on this site. My email's listed on this site. If you want to reach out to me, shoot me an email, and I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.